What's up, y'all? It's Elmatic.
It's your boy Jew.
And Rashad.
And you are now watching The Culture Council.
What up, though?
What the business is.
Right on the street. We the shit. No, I'm joking. So what's up, Rashad? You got some real shit you've been talking about.
We like to celebrate all things Detroit here.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to give a big shout out to Darius A. Cup Jr. He down at Arkansas.
Clown.
He just had 49 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists as a freshman.
Damn.
He about to go top 5, you know.
Drake.
All don't start begging him at once because he gonna have a check at a young age.
Where you think he should go?
I feel like he should go to a team where he can just be that guy.
Grow, but not grow and thrive?
Like how we got, like when we drafted Cade, and how Cade, we built around Cade.
Mm-hmm.
Right. He needs to go to a weak-ass team, and they build around him, put the pieces together. No, real shit.
No,
that's the only way.
Because Detroit was tomato.
Yeah. With Cade at first. You know,
Mm-hmm.
And shout out to Cade Cunningham. He going crazy. MVP candidate. We just whooped on the Knicks again. So, yeah.
Spike
shout out
Lee
to them
was
boys.
mad.
Shout out to
Fat
them boys.
Joe was mad.
Everybody was mad.
Tracy Morgan was sick.
Sick to his stomach. Busta Rhymes was pissed.
That's how you put on, though. That's how you put on.
It's a Detroit world right now.
You know, New Yorkers already hate Detroit as it is.
Oh,
like
do
they
they?
don't like us. They say we arrogant, but I think they arrogant.
I feel like they talk too much.
They do. They are
I
very
fuck with
chatty
New York
patty.
though. I never had a bad relationship with like my New York.
When I
niggas.
was younger, I wanted to date a New York nigga. I thought that was like the thing to do. Like, you know, New York niggas is like the shit. And they was mad corny.
But you gotta understand, Detroit is the next competition.
Yeah.
We are the next conversation that's next. And you can't get around us.
Yeah.
And that's the problem I think everybody is having. You see old boy from LA? What'd he tell us?
Who?
That we can't come there?
Oh yeah, wait.
He gonna rob us.
It's
like it's so much hatred.
Let's book a flight.
That's because our average people look like celebrities.
That's very true.
I remember when I was in Chicago, a nigga asked me who I played for. I told that nigga the Trailblazers.
Cause nobody looking for them. Nobody looking at Portland.
Oregon.
Nobody looking at Portland.
So that nigga the
That's
Trailblazers.
Hilarious. Yeah, my guy, he got this chain that say NFL, right? Because he a nigga from Linwood anyway.
I
So
get it.
everywhere we went, they be like, who he play for? I'm like, answer him.
No, I love that shit from them niggas though.
Just
like,
get up.
I really just as an East Side nigga that I went to school on the West Side, I got to learning about the different hoods and shit like that. When I found out about the NFL nigga from Linwood, I thought that shit was so
hilarious.
sweet.
The whole hookup. And my ghetto ass just loved it. Just went in for it.
No, that was hard.
All right, so we got a special guest today. Yeah. She is an influencer, a socialite. You may know her from Swank. You may know her as the Date in the Life on TikTok. She is the best of Britney.
That's hard.
Pull up on us.
Come on.
Hi, y'all.
What's
going
up?
What's up?
Is this Swank?
No.
The best
Don't
of.
Don't tell her.
No, it's not.
How you doing?
I'm okay today. How are you?
I'm good. Good to see you.
Thank
Glad
you.
to have you here.
I'm glad y'all had me on. I've been watching y'all, and I really loved it ever since the first episode.
I appreciate
What
it.
do you think about it?
I think that y'all are a great group. Like,
Okay.
I was in tune the whole time. I didn't click off. Like, usually it takes a little minute for me I'll be like, okay, that's kind of boring. But y'all kept me intrigued.
I appreciate it.
So
I texted her immediately.
She did.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
She did.
So it's three. You got three different personalities that have come together to just bring the culture together to make it make sense our way.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's difficult to bring people together to do anything.
I agree.
Especially don't know each other. They don't know each other.
But the vibe, I'm vibing.
Yeah.
I'm vibing.
I
I'm
would
totally
think y'all knew
comfortable.
each other.
They did not.
Oh.
I knew each of them.
Yeah.
They did not.
I would think that y'all.
That's my
Yeah.
brother now.
Yeah.
He can't do no wrong.
You know? Yeah. Yeah.
don't
Ball
know.
head and all. No, man.
I'm gonna get you later on.
I'm done. All right, so Brittany, how did you become this model social media influencer? You know, it's not easy to dive into social media and become like a phenomenon. I think that you found your niche early on before anybody else. Like, you're kind of ahead of the curve always. You were one of the first people I knew to like make money off social media. And you weren't a gatekeeper.
Yeah.
So let's talk about all of that, because you also have your own situation where you teach people.
Yes. Yes.
So let's first talk about how you got started.
Okay, I was in undergrad, going to school for physical therapy. And people would always tell me growing up I should model. So I just started reaching out to like boutiques. Swank was the first boutique I reached out to. They was like, come in, for a little fitting. And then I've been working with them ever since. I was doing makeup. I always been like a hustler. I was trying to figure out ways to make money. And then social media started popping. And I would see it was popping. And with me working so closely with Swank, they knew how to tap into algorithms, like how to, use certain keywords and make certain posts that would go viral.
Right.
So when I was working under them, I started doing it on my own. I was like, even though I'm working with them, I still want to have my own thing.
Right.
And that's how I went into making money on social media, getting brand deals. You know what, though? I had got, screwed over a couple times in the beginning, which is why now I don't gatekeep. And I had to learn, because I got stuck in contracts, y'all. I didn't got... screwed over even with, people want to work with me. And then they'll be like, oh, well, we didn't sign a contract, so we're not going to give you the money. Stuff like that. So me learning that, I wanted to teach other people that. So I started my modeling agency and my creator agency.
I love that.
Yeah.
So can I be Miss J? Miss L?
Yes.
We're not doing the Tyra
I'm not
here.
going to be Tyra.
We're not doing the Tyra here. You would not have to get a rat in a video. So... did that, and then you started doing the Dating the Life.
Yes.
Get Ready With Me's on TikTok.
Yes.
You made me download TikTok.
Yes.
I am not a social media girl, not for real. I'm not really into that kind of stuff. But I think you posted part of it on Instagram, and I'm like, oh, let me see what this is about. And girl was stuck.
It's a whole series I have. It's called Dating the Life.
Yes.
So I made a spin off of Dating the Life, and nobody had ever did anything like it. And I remember at the time, it was in 2022, and I was dating. I had just got out of a relationship, and I was, dating different men. And I was like, I feel like people should know that women don't only have to date one man. I'm not saying you got to sleep with them all, but, you can date multiple men, get to know them. So I started this series, and I would, rate them, right? I would call them different names, like Real Estate Bay, Flower, all these different...
Jim Bay, Lawyer
Jim
Bay. Oh, I did my research.
Oh, my God.
People would start seeing me out, and they'll be like, oh, we rate him a 10. And then they'll be like, the guy on the date would be like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, nothing. Don't mind him. It started becoming a thing. And now people are, recreating it and all this stuff. So it's fun.
So let me ask you a question. What's your intention when you go on a date? What are you trying to get out of it?
So at that time, when I first started Dating a Life, my intention was just having fun. I was just vibing with whatever guy I was dating at the time. If they had some money to spend, and I was going out, we having fun, they spending money, going on trips, whatever I can get. Yeah, single at the time, but also I was moving from a place of hurt a lot at the beginning of my dating phase. So I was thinking shoot, they gonna use me, I'm gonna use them, type of vibe. And I found it fun to go out with them and then be like, well, you ain't getting none. It was a game to me. And then I moved into dating with intention. In beginning of 2025, I started dating with intention. And then now I'm just not dating at all.
So quick, what was the transition from when you went from that, your initial perspective to intention?
So I wanted a relationship.
Okay.
Yeah, I wanted a relationship. So I started dating with just more, looking for qualities that I would want in a man or in a husband. But then I started getting deeper into my relationship with God, and he sat me down completely and was like, I just need you to focus on me, no dating anybody right now, because it was becoming I felt like I began to idolize these men, right? That I'm dating, and it's I'm just putting them before my relationship with God. Even when I started dating with intention, I was building my relationship with God, but I was like, okay, let me just fit you in this guy instead of putting him at the center and being like, okay, what do you think? Seeking him first.
It became too male-centered.
Yeah.
And so let me ask you this before we get to, because you talking about God, that's my conversation. Times 10.
Preacher.
Before we get to the destination, let's talk about the journey.
Right.
Based upon what you've encountered as you've been dating, rather, I believe dating is the definition of dating to me is just you basically collecting data.
Yep, that's the same thing.
You're collecting data. You're collecting information to see if this person makes sense for the future.
Yes.
But before you recognize if they make sense for the future, you have to dissect where they are right now. Based upon that, what have you been entertaining?
For the longest time, I felt like I was entertaining the same men in different bodies, looking at what they could give me outwardly versus who they were inwardly. And some of them would not be good people, and it would be like, oh, but I can give you this, and I can buy you this, and I can provide this. And it was I was always just looking at financial stability or just, who they were on the outside. And then once I began to look deeper, it changed.
Do you think that you were also being surface level with yourself.
Yeah, because you can only date and love from how you view yourself.
Right.
That's what I'm learning.
Where did that come from a place from? Do you think it's because social media was so what we knew of Britney outwardly that you became shallow in that moment? Because a part of you just, and I wouldn't say we're like the best of friends, but getting to know you over the years, you are deeper than what people know you.
So much deeper than what people know. But I felt like I became a shell because of all of these. I went through too much with social media, or just the public humiliation I went through. I went through a lot of drama.
Being a girl.
I went through a lot of drama via social media. So I hid myself. I hid what I went through. I hid who I really was. I just only showed the best of Britney, which is how my name came about. And then it began to make me shallow. It began to make me, that type of person. But really, once I began to, again, develop my relationship deeper with God, I began to look more into myself. And I was like, that's really not who I am at all. It's just who I formed myself to be.
Look, listen. How many guys do you feel like you hurt in that?
I've hurt some.
Come on, talk your stuff, bro.
I've hurt some. I'm not gonna lie. I can't say how many, but I know I've hurt.
Because I'm like a person who goes into every situation with like pure intentions.
Make sure she look her best.
And I feel like I understand the game.
Yeah.
And I feel like women, like you said, especially women that just get out of a relationship, they just like we're disposable type shit.
Right. Now, I was always very honest up front with the men that I was dating, that I wasn't looking for anything deeper than just vibes and having fun, if that was the case in that moment. But it's not to say still that I didn't hurt guys in the process, because I was
she
hurt.
might have got hurt too in between.
That too. Yeah. But also I was hurt. I was moving from a place of hurt. And when you moving from a place of hurt, you're going to hurt people.
Okay.
I'm a firm believer that if you are delivered from something, you can converse about it.
Yes, absolutely.
And before we talk and engage a little bit more on the best of Britney, let's talk about the worst of Britney.
That's good.
What does that look like? What's the worst of Britney?
The worst of Britney. I don't even know where to start. There's so many different layers to that. Hurt. I moved from a place of hurt. I didn't really know myself. I moved from a place of just trying to figure. I didn't love myself for so long. So I'm coming from a place of low self-esteem, but outwardly I'm making it seem like, oh,
confident.
I'm so confident.
Right.
But that wasn't the case. Also, I am now sober, so I went through different. I went to college. I went through all these. So I went through substance abuse. I went through trying to cope, numb with alcohol, all type of stuff, drugs, all type of things, and that was the worst of me that people didn't know. Yeah. And that was something that I hid a lot, and I hid it very well, to the point where some of my family didn't even know. And then now that I'm out of it, like you said, when you deliver from something, you can talk about it.
For sure.
And one thing I say is the enemy really don't want you to be delivered from stuff so you can talk about it. Your testimony can help so many different people, which is why I really did want to come on this platform too. And especially just hearing about some things that's been happening. It's serious. The things people go through and they don't talk about, it's really serious.
And the thing is this, is a lot of times we engage into situations and we dive into situations and we bring our hurt self into the situation. So we bring a half of us, but looking for a whole relationship.
Yes, that you don't even know what that look like.
And so how do you... And we're going to die. Let's have some fun today. Let's talk. How do you recognize that you're not completely who you are, but still have the nerve to date?
You just don't. You date from what you know. I was ignorant. I didn't know that I wasn't even completely who I was until I began to heal. And it took, when you take that look at yourself and that accountability, even because I'm not perfect, I did some shit, but it's when you take that look at yourself and that accountability, you realize, that's when you realize it. In the moment, you moving from the best capacity you know how, at least I was. So I'm not thinking that I'm hurt. I'm not thinking that I'm, not healed. I'm not thinking that these things until I came out of it. I'm like, ooh, he was hurt.
What raised that? What gave you that epiphany and said, okay, this isn't... I know for me, it was leaving a bad relationship. Made me realize, okay, I'm not I don't like who I am.
Yeah.
What made you realize, maybe it's not to that extent, but there's some change that needs to happen?
I remember, it was a couple things. I remember one time I got into it with a girl, and she told me I was a mean girl. And and I've heard it growing up, right? But in that moment, it just hit me different. Like, and I had to take a step back and look at myself, like, who are you as a friend? Like, who are you as a person? Like, how do you treat people? That was one moment I took a step back and looked at myself. And I remember the second moment I looked at myself was when I finally decided, like, I'm done with drugs, I'm done with alcohol. And I remember being in my shower and I cried and I was like, Lord, help me, like, take this away from me. And I realized in that moment, I don't like myself.
Let me ask you this. How many times have you had that conversation with yourself?
Twice, 2 good times. 2 good times I had that conversation with God was who I had it with. And he took me right up out of it. I was going through a deep depression in 2023. He took me right up out of that. He took me right up out of my substance abuse each time. But it took that moment for me to get vulnerable and really have my heart. I had to pour my heart out and be like, take this from me. Because he know when you at your wit's end, you need him. And he like, okay.
He got to break you too.
Yeah.
God has a way of breaking you to build you up. I commend you for being transparent and honest. I know that's hard. I wouldn't know how to express that. So I commend you and respect you completely.
It took so long because this is 7 months now sober.
God bless
So it took.
You're going to be okay.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness.
So look, I got a question. Because, like, I always followed you or whatever. You always seemed cool, beautiful girl. And you said you didn't love yourself. What triggered that?
Me not loving myself? I think just, I don't know. I didn't really, my dad died at a young age. I think that could have triggered that. Me not having, I never had a deep relationship with the Lord like I do. I think that has a lot to do with how you love yourself too. I didn't take a lot of accountability in my life. I was never held accountable in my life.
But do you feel like you understood your value or your potential?
I didn't understand my value at the time, but I knew I had potential. I've always known I had potential. I just didn't understand my value at the time.
And it's hard for people to, because you only can wear a mask for so long. So when you go on these dates and you meet these men and you have this high confidence as a mask, eventually somebody gonna break that down, and they're gonna be able to chisel away at that, and they'll know how to break you down from there.
I see so many beautiful women where I be fucked up, like, mentally off how, because I be having, like, deep conversations with women. Like, I don't try to just go in and I want some pussy after this or something. Like, I really be wanting to get to know you.
Yeah.
And it's be like, I have, like, these deep conversations and I be like, damn, that's how you feel about yourself sometimes?
Does that turn you off?
No. It makes me, like,
that's a good question.
Want to, like, pour some good energy into you.
Yeah. But sometimes it becomes overwhelming for men too.
Yeah.
Because it's not your job. Although it is, you're an addition. You're not the whole piece.
You're not.
So a lot of times women, I know from even personal experiences, I've looked for a man for constant reassurance because I needed that. I had to figure out how to love me and every part of me. I did an 80-20 on myself. Remember 80-20 from Tyler Perry? I was leaving a bad relationship and I did not love myself. I didn't know what it looked like. And I wrote down all the good things about myself and all the things I thought were bad. And the list of good was this long and the list of bad was this long. And I said, if I can fix what I can fix in this bad, then you work towards that.
Right.
But what I can't, you give it to God and let it go.
Let it
and
go.
that's where that's where she came from. Elmatic came from. The Elmatic view came from literally a journey of loving myself and putting myself first. And I know you had some family with you for a moment, too, a little girl.
Yes. She made me emotional.
Yes, me too. That's my baby too. So one of her family members is actually one of my students. And we both have worked hard to help her with her self-esteem and finding her potential and, wanting her to be who we weren't.
She brought me to Christ.
Yeah. Because she is, that's Deaconess.
Yes.
That's Deaconess Amelia.
Yeah, that's my girl.
Yeah. We love her. And you did a great, me too. You did a great
This
job with her. And I want you to know that you did a great job with her.
Thank you.
You did. You did a great job with her.
Thank you.
I don't think she would be as far as she is if she didn't have you.
Yeah.
So look at that with your, like, you did something good.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
You did something good.
So let's talk about it for a while. That means that your pain has the definition.
Purpose.
Yes.
And based upon
Purpose.
your pain has a definition, let's dive into it. Because how do a man properly entertain you?
Right.
Based upon a definition that you can only explain to him.
That's a good question. I think right now with me, the reason why I'm even taking a break from dating right now is because I don't know how to answer that.
Yeah.
I don't think I really know how to answer that. I think God's still working on me, like heavily still working. I think right now I'm in this refining season and it's so uncomfortable. And I'm emotional all the time, but in a good way because I think I look back on where I came from. But I don't think I can answer that right now.
So
that's why she's not dating because she's coming from a place of brokenness. And I think that's the important part, that we as people not dating in your brokenness.
Yes.
You know, learning to heal, because you can't come to somebody with half of you and expect whole of them, like you said. A lot of times we come with all these expectations and we can't reciprocate what we're asking for while we're dating or in relationships. Not saying while you're in a relationship you might not have times of being down or being broken, but a lot of times we're looking for somebody to give us what we can't even fulfill.
Exactly.
So let me
and it's
ask you
unfair.
this.
And now I'm giving myself those things, which is what I love. Like I do this thing, I date myself often. The things that I used to look for in a man, or like look for a man to do, it's like now I do these things for myself, like small things, and just learning how to love myself, like be alone. I think a lot of women don't know how to be alone. They just want to jump from man to man because it's comfortable, or they fulfilling something that that's broken or missing. And
you're not dealing with your shit either.
Yeah,
when you
you're not
constantly
dealing
dating
with
and
your
hopping to person to person.
For
and
sure.
they're taking being alone as being lonely.
Yeah,
And that's not the same
And it's
thing.
not the
Two different
same.
That's two different things.
It's not the same.
So
Absolutely.
let me ask you this: based upon you having this season of pain, is it possible that you might have met him, but he didn't know how to entertain your pain?
I don't think so. I don't think it's possible. When I look back at a lot of the men I date, they don't even have, like, they didn't have a lot of the first attribute that I'm looking for.
All right,
And
let's
that's
laugh at that. What's the first?
that they are centered in God.
Okay.
Like that, first and foremost. Like, there was not one man that I met that even spoke of him or
Brought his
like
name up.
brought his name up.
Do you think
in a
it's hard in
conversation.
Detroit with that though?
I don't. If it either they don't talk about it, or maybe it's just some of the people that like I've been around, but I don't see too much of that.
I think too, going back to that season when you were dating, because again you were at a surface level. They didn't want to dive deeper.
Yeah.
Because they knew Barbie Britney. Because when I look at you, I see like a cute little Barbie, like just cute and well put together. And I think that they didn't dive deeper because that wasn't what you were presenting. Now you're presenting something differently. You're probably going to attract that as well.
Absolutely.
So I'm a firm believer in Christ. Firm believer in Christ. My prayer life, all of that. I'm a firm believer in this. And Shad, tell me if I'm wrong. You're my brother. I don't believe you can properly find the person that's significantly for you. You can't find them out of your prayer life.
What do you mean?
That's
That
good.
means if this person is for me, and if it's authentically, organically for me, I need to be praying for that.
Yes.
Yeah.
I did that.
And then,
I did that.
and so I think a lot of women, you got all these multiple religions and stuff like that, but I'm standing on what I believe.
Right.
Christ-like.
Right.
And I firmly believe I can't find her out of my prayer life. And a lot of women are so scarred or have been so mistreated is because you've been so available and accessible. Like the clearance, like a clearance rack. You go to a clearance rack, I can pick something up and put it down whenever I please.
Right.
But there's something beyond the counter
Right.
that comes with a certain attention. And that attention comes with something that means that attention needs to be presented. That means that person or somebody that works there has to present that item to me.
And that's what God is.
And
God is
that's-
presenting.
when that happens. And so a
Absolutely.
lot of times we get so caught up in the hoopla. And the reason you are caught in the hoopla is because you put yourself on the clearance rack.
And look,
Now, let me ask you this. And I don't mean to cut you off, bro. Have you ever found yourself on the clearance rack?
I found myself being more available than I should have, for sure.
Me too.
Yeah. Absolutely. I think that
It's looking for
I
love
went through
too.
I went through a season of that. Even when you think, oh, I'm just dating, I'm having fun, you can date more than one man at one time, even if you're not sleeping with him. It's still like you two available, and you don't. It's not always good.
So I want to go. I'm sorry. Ask your question before I dive
I
in.
wanted to answer y'all question.
Oh,
I feel like me, I'm not open with like my religion or whatever. But if we got to talking and we got to talking about it, and I feel like you probably could do that with other men too. Like my mom wouldn't even let me go spend the night over certain people's houses on the weekend if they didn't go to church on Sunday. So, and a lot of us grew up around our grandmas and all that. Like if I'm with my grandma on Wednesday, I was at Bible study.
Right.
And it got to a point where as I got older and I was just getting beat with the religion so much when I was growing up that it got to the point where like I ain't going to church when I get grown.
my grandfather used to say, "I went so much as a kid, I ain't gotta go."
Like
He would
because
say that all the
my
time.
man's just like going into his spiritual journey or whatever, and he's been talking to me about it. We talk about so much bullshit throughout the day, and once he started talking about that, and he started seeing my knowledge of it, like my dad was a preacher, my uncle was the pastor of my church. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So I had a Bible, like a little kid Bible, with I can write the notes in it and just break it down. Like like my knowledge for God and stuff like that kind of surprised him. He like, bro, why you ain't never? I'm like, nigga, you ain't never.
You ain't hollered at me.
You ain't never talked to me on that level. You know what I'm saying? So, but
You never feel convicted to speak to that to some people?
Good question.
Damn.
Because I feel like me and you had those conversations before you got on your journey. I would say certain stuff.
Seeds were planted all over.
I
the
feel
place.
Seeds
like-
were planted for sure. And we would just be in a DM talking, and then it went from DM to us texting about it. And it'll be like, you know, paragraph after paragraph after paragraph. And I'm far from a Bible thumper. I don't know the Bible frontwards to backwards at all, but I know my journey with Christ, and I know how far He's brought me. And I feel like my job, it's not a feel like it is. My purpose in this world is to be a messenger of Christ. So although my faith walk is never ending, I don't always have the proper steps and proper tools, but I can tell you that if you want to be good and right with life, you got to be right with God. And I try to say it to women as much, and men too, alike. You know, even with my students, and they say, "I got this going on," I'm like, "You pray about it," and I probably shouldn't say those things, but I, you know, especially at work, but I do.
I can't shut up about it.
I can't shut up about it sometimes.
See, I kind of like filter it to just being an overall, trying to be an overall good person, good man.
The
And
actions.
And when I speak, I don't speak like spiritually, like you need to pray about it, you need to do
I
stuff
think
like
sometimes
that.
with you, if I could say this to you, I think sometimes you try to not say much because you don't want to overshare or overdo too much. Like, but it's okay to sometimes do too much. You ain't gotta be cool shot, you know, LL cool shot all the time.
I'm really like I've been like this like my whole life. Like I'll be like gatekeeping my personality, and people get around me like I'm really like a.
That ain't bad.
People
Because
like
people
you.
are vultures. They will suck everything out of
for
you
real.
too.
That's a fact.
Yeah,
That's
for
a fact.
sure. I do want to ask you though, do you feel like men and women can coexist and be friends without anything sexual ever transpiring?
Absolutely. Yeah.
I'm not even looking at them like that. Like sometimes you just have, you know, organic friendships.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you think dating is in Detroit though? Because you dated. Have you ever dated outside of the city?
I have.
Okay.
Dating in Detroit, I think the city is extremely small, so there's a lot of drama with dating in Detroit. And I've been through some of it. A lot of people date the same people within the same type of circles, and it's like, okay, where's everybody?
Who is available?
You know what I mean? Like, it's a lot of drama that comes with dating in Detroit. But also, again, I think that is where I was what place I was dating from. Because now it's like I look at certain signs and I'm like, you said you got a baby mama you got a kid under 2.
I'll pass.
I'm cool, like
Hard
you know what
pass
I
for
mean.
me.
But
I hate that stigma.
it's just because it's like I'll pass.
So let
I'm
me ask
sorry.
you this.
I want to cut real quick.
Go ahead.
Do we only have 15 seconds remaining, or that's just?
No, you got another 15 minutes.
Okay. Go ahead.
Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
I'm cool. There's certain things I look at now where I'm like,
Yeah.
I know to go the other way.
Yeah, when I was young and dumb and full of cum, I didn't date this way with multiple baby mamas and multiple babies, and I would be like, that ain't my business. But eventually, it becomes your business. It becomes a part of your life and your everyday, depending on how much you into it with this person.
Yeah.
It's just unnecessary drama. Like, there's plenty of guys out here. You ain't gotta deal with the nigga that got a baby with everybody.
Or that's dealing with everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of these guys too are clout chasers when it comes to girls like us.
Yeah.
Like they date girls
for a fact.
with a name on purpose. Like I
For
want
a
to say,
fact.
I want to say that I hit her,
Yeah.
or I want to say I dated her,
Yeah.
or I want to say I had her time and attention.
Yeah.
And really be like, I didn't even talk to you past like a phone call. Like, why you saying we was
a
dating?
fact.
Yeah.
For a
Absolutely.
I'm a firm believer that relationship and friendship, y'all got me talking today.
Yeah.
Good.
Talk.
I'm talking. Bro, I'm talking.
Good.
Relationship and friendship, they all end with ship. So that means it should take you somewhere.
That's good.
And if it's not taking you somewhere, you need to evaluate the ship. I think many times we get caught up in what it looks like, the surface level of it,
Yep.
that we don't see what's anchoring us or not anchoring us. And let me ask you this. Have you bumped into something or somebody that had the facade but didn't have the anchor?
Yeah. I done been and bumped into somebody who was just a complete narcissist, and they'll know the situation.
Bamboozle, hoodwink,
Ooh, that was
led astray.
Ooh, that one took me a little bit through there. It's just like when somebody try to chip away at your self-esteem because they just not happy with themselves, and they'll come off as this good person, and they just, I wasn't looking at the fruit because I didn't know the fruit at the time. But so it's like I'm thinking like, oh yeah, got the facade. And
Love
then
bombed you.
Love bomb, and it's like you realize like, oh, you are not anything like you
You
said.
keep bringing
you were.
that up there. What is love bomb?
Love bombing is when you do all these things to reel a person in. So it's all the attention, all the affection, all the gifts, all the words. And then what they do, what true narcissists do, like a drug, they snatch it away. And you crave for it, and you're almost addicted to this at this point. And that's what true, and you got the overt narcissists and the covert narcissists. You got the ones that are outwardly narcissistic and the ones that are inwardly narcissistic.
So
We can talk about that
let me
another
ask you
time. She made me do a whole TikTok about
I
this.
did.
listen,
I
because
think it's a spirit.
It's
It's a spirit.
I do.
It's a spirit.
It's
I do.
popular.
Yeah, it's a popular
that
word.
It's more men narcissists than it is
There
women
are
narcissists.
female
My thing is,
narcissists.
But
I
I'm
was
starting to really realize, and tell me if I'm wrong, bro. There's a lot of women narcissists out here.
It
too.
is.
A lot
are.
of bad,
Good mothers.
bad women. Some women are bad people, bro.
Yeah.
Real
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Like I didn't like
Just
how
find
she
out they
like
get
how she
mad.
said she took a break for like 7 months. I didn't just like cold turkey
Me
like
too.
5 months.
Me
like,
too. Like, I'm straight.
God damn.
It took me through that. Took me through that.
It's crazy you say.
And I don't know how to be just like a fuck nigga to a woman.
Don't.
You know what I'm saying?
Don't change your heart.
A do boy.
No, that's
That's
not the same.
I definitely don't know how to be a
That's
new
not
boy. That
That's
shit
not
ain't in
the
my
same.
blood. But I know how to get. I know.
What he's saying is he can't just, you ain't trying to,
match that bullshit energy.
yeah.
Right.
You don't
Yeah.
have to.
And you shouldn't. And it's draining. It
Yes.
takes away from your peace. It's,
Like damn.
Because I have dated men that have made me kind of like them.
Yeah. I
You
didn't
know,
try
like
to.
I'm talking like I'm matching your energy, and then I
Matching
wake
your
up and like
energy.
this is not who I am. Like
You
I'm not
drained.
this evil spirited mean person. I don't talk like this. I don't treat people like
Mm-hmm.
this. But and that go back to them sex demons and all of that
Mm-hmm.
shit too. When you start intertwining yourself with these bad spirited people, it will
attach.
attach to you. Absolutely.
So dating yourself, how's that been going? Because I can understand. I had my little time with dating myself too, and doing that, I wouldn't even date me. Like this ain't the time.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not about to date me in this season. I'm jacked up from the
Yeah,
floor. Like
yeah.
my headspace is not in the best place. So let me ask you this: have you had like in this dating yourself phase? Have you been like, this ain't the time for this?
I look back on 2022, 2023 me, and I'm like, I wouldn't have dated me. Like, I wouldn't have dated me. But now I enjoy dating myself. I have a sense of joy that I never had before, a sense of peace that I never had before.
You're in love with yourself.
I
Cody,
am
now.
truly falling in love with myself and like what I like. And that's probably like the best thing I think I could have ever did. Because now I'm growing like these fruits that I want in a man. Like patience and, being a good father, so I'll be a good mother, or like, how would you steward your home, and like how like stewarding your finance. I'm just like, it's so many different things that I'm growing and learning about myself in this process, where I feel like I'm just preparing myself for when that time does come, because it's important.
Is there things about you had to fall in love out of?
Yes, absolutely. Ego, my pride, I had to fall out of love with. Vanity, that was a big one for me, because it was my job, my career for so long that I relied on it, where it was like I had to fall out of love with that. It's so much more to me. Like, I have such a deeper purpose, and God has been revealing such a deeper purpose to me in my life that has, when I say nothing to do with my vanity, not a thing.
That was the stepping stone to get you where you are now.
Yeah, it put me on a platform that I'm on now.
Absolutely.
Because like now it's like I'm helping people in recovery that's facing addiction. Like I'm helping Amelia, or like I have like now I'm working with after school programs for kids. Like it's so many different things that I went through that prepared me for what I was gonna do, essentially. And I wouldn't have been able to do that if I was still in the place I was in.
Okay, so we're on the journey. Now let's go to the destination. We see Miss Michigan State. Let's talk about it. You seen her? Shot Miss Michigan State.
Look at
Yo Gotti, 42 Dub.
that is hilarious. It don't die.
Then we go there. We see Wildin' Out.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that means you've had multiple platforms that comes with different conversations. Let's talk about them.
Yeah.
Let's talk about how was that encounter with 42 Billion Yo Gotti? How was that?
It was cool. Real respectful. My ex at the time was friends with them, so it was a respectful encounter. Wild Out was always a really respectful encounter too, because I got really close with a casting agent there. That's how I began my modeling agency, because she gave me a lot of game. Like, don't date nobody on set. Don't do this. Don't do that. Don't be too friendly. Like, I learned a lot.
Did you get tried a lot?
Yes, absolutely. You do, but
of course you did.
But you stay on longer when you don't be going. Like, that's how you stay on. A lot of women fall off because they going immediately, and once you got to keep the business part of it first.
So where is Britney going from here? What do you see yourself in the next 5 years? Where's Britney?
I see my modeling agency being the biggest modeling agency in the Midwest. I see myself at that point having recovery homes for women that are in addiction. I hope my after school program will be thriving at the time for children. When I say it's nothing like I thought it would be, when I say it's nothing like, I'm thinking like, it's all about me.
Male censored either.
No, it used to be all about me and what, how I was going to gain all these things. But now it's like, it's about everybody else. It's so much bigger than me. So, yeah. So I've been working on it. I've been working with a recovery house to get men in, different three-quarter houses. Like, so that's been cool. Like, just helping people. It's such a bigger purpose to me. And I love that. So
the transportation, the route you had to take, was worth it the whole time.
I'll do it again.
Hold on.
I would do it again.
You would do everything again.
I would do it. I wouldn't change a thing.
All that frustration.
I wouldn't change a thing.
All that hurt.
You want to know why? Because God He puts me through a lot of pruning and refining, first of all, because you got to go through the refining. No, first you got to go through the pain and the suffering, right, to come out. And then He puts you through the refining. But a lot of people don't want to go through the pain and the suffering, because that makes you into who you are. Like Paul said, kind of all joy when you fall through various trials. Yeah, because it's going to make you perfect in Christ. Yes. And that's where I'm headed. And that's, so I wouldn't change it.
I think a lot of people allow our disappointments to make us miss our next appointment.
Yes, that's good.
And that's where we mess up the transition phase, where we don't allow the master to be the master.
Exactly. You got to do his job.
And let me ask you this. You are the guest. So let me ask you this. What if there was a young lady that was sitting out there today, that's sitting out there watching this today, and They look at you. They follow you. Best of Britney, Instagram, TikTok. They see the look of success, but they don't understand the process and the pain that comes with that.
The progress is a process.
What would you tell the young lady today?
I would tell that young lady to find ways to love herself. It's easy to tell the young lady to find a relationship with God, but I think everybody falls into that at their own time. So I would tell them to find love within themselves, find ways to love themselves. Don't always look at everybody's like big picture, because you don't know what they went through to get there. So I would definitely tell them that.
Okay.
Love themselves.
We did that. That was the emotional, sentimental part. What was the craziest date you've ever been on? Just tell us. What's the craziest date you've ever been on?
Hell date.
Right, hell date.
Well, okay,
Forgot about that
so
show.
I went to a finals game, Boston, and he flew me out there first class. It's like summertime. It was the 2022. So when Boston played, when Celtics played, I don't remember who they played, but we went out there. Okay, yeah. So we was there at that game, and I had to. So he told me. He said, "Well, if I fly you out here, you're gonna have to give me some." I'm like, "Okay," blah, blah, but I know I'm not. Like, so I go.
Oh, he
out
tell
there.
you off the bail?
Yeah, he told me.
All right, let's park right here. Let's park. Hold on.
Let her go.
Wait,
Let her
you
go.
don't
Take
take
this.
that.
No, let her go. Let her go.
Okay, go ahead.
He told me on the phone, and I pretended like I got sick that night, and was pretending like I was throwing up
so
in the
y'all do
toilet. Oh, I was pretending like I was throwing up in the toilet. I acted like I was sick the whole next day, and like went home early the next day. And and he was so mad, y'all. He was so mad, and yeah, that was probably the craziest. And I had the worst time too. I did not enjoy myself. Like, I was just doing anything, like just trying to go to a finals game. Like, he was cool, but we was better off as friends. I don't even know why I would think that we would be even more.
Hold on. I seen that on your TikTok.
Yeah.
You acted like you said that was a good date.
Yeah, I know.
So hold on, was it a good date or was
It was a good experience.
It was a good experience, but the
experience.
date itself was not.
Okay. All right.
I didn't break it down to them the whole thing, but yeah, that was the story. He was very upset about that.
That was funny.
Yeah.
You getting up on Nanny? Thank you for coming.
But you know how you be anticipating something, you don't even partake. You just letting your shit build up for a couple days.
But who
And he paid for the
that? Like, you
tickets.
you got to give me
'Cause
some. Like,
they-
that's so corny.
I thought it was
Let me
20.
want to give it to
I
you.
thought it
Now
was
I don't
20.
want to
No,
give
that's
you
a
nothing.
fact.
That was my
That's a
justification
fact.
at the time.
You're like, you so pressed. Maybe I might have gave you something if the night was organic. We had a good time. We was vibing. We was doing that. You tell me I gotta fuck you. I already know the dick not gonna be good because you're begging for the.
And you paid all the money for the tickets. Like,
You was so pressed.
sorry to that man.
I'm sorry for you.
good flight home.
Good flight.
First
So-
class.
First class back.
Let me ask you this: how many times have you echoed that sentiment? Good flight, homeboy.
That was the second time. That was twice. It's twice. Good flight home. It was the same person too. He didn't like.
You hate that nigga. You hate that
He ain't
nigga,
learned
bro.
the first time.
does not watch.
Oh my
I'm about to
God.
If he watch this, what you think he gonna feel like?
I hope you're doing well.
Bless your heart, man. Bless
I'm new in Christ. That was the old me.
Thank you for coming.
Yes,
I
thank y'all for
appreciate
having
you
me.
for just letting it all out.
Yes, thank y'all for
This
having
was
me.
great.
I appreciate y'all.
This episode was sponsored by Vegan Beauty by Monet. We are wearing her lip gloss, lip liner. She also has foundation and other aesthetically pleasing things. You can find her in Oakland Mall in Rochester Hills, Michigan by Cinnabon. If you would like to be a sponsor, please contact us at theculturecouncildet@gmail.com.
Or hit the DM.
Or hit the DM, or you can call my business line 313-719-4999.
Right.
Pull up on us.
Till next time, take care of yourselves and each other.